Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have returned. We're gonna have some more fun because the stream earlier today got interrupted with the server going down for a little bit. Ironically enough, as soon as the stream ended, well, not as soon as the stream ended, well, slightly after the stream ended, things started to work itself out. But I got caught up. So now I'm back. Hopefully we can actually get some gore action in this one. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? That light. See if they... So they didn't say anything about compensation. For any of you guys were saying, is Gore best for PvP right now? We about to find out. I don't think that's gonna be the case, but we about to find out, brother. So let me just bring this up right here. Boom. Let me bring this up right here. So there was the instability earlier today. So this is them letting us know that everything is done. No compensation. It didn't last that long. So for if any of you guys were expecting anything, no dice. Okay. I know we're shooting the shit saying we need 10 CTPs and a bazillion crystals. Yeah, no. Anyways, also, I managed to beat. Let me show you guys. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. Where is this thing? Dispatch. So I went back and I did all of the dispatch things and completed all of the challenges. So for any of you guys who wanted to know if it was possible to do without brilliance and crazy builds, yeah, having one brilliant. If I was gonna give you any advice for doing these challenges, Storm was the most valuable one, and realistically, I could autoplay all of them, and for 15-4 and 15-5, just check in around when the boss fight happens and just, you know, use a proper rotation or two with Storm. Easy clap. How's the farm? Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about farm in the game. How's the fam? They're good. I just put my daughter to bed, so I decided to pop in and shoot up a stream. But fam's good. My son went down a little bit earlier. She didn't want to go to bed, but you know, gotta go to bed. Gotta grow up big and strong and whatnot. But yeah, pretty much all you need. Thor's great. Storm's great. Besides that, it wasn't really a challenge. We also used Venom. I can show you the teams if you guys want, but it just comes down to whether or not you have those characters built and if you have a CTP of Rage on them. You know what I'm saying? So there's a couple things I want to do in this live stream. I'm gonna just wait until people pop in. I didn't do story mode yet. Let's see what my boss of the day is. Ooh, Thanos. Bring me some of that. When? We're not sure when yet. They didn't say when. Could be waiting until next week, Tuesday. Could be. Oh, I was trying to teleport out of it with the first skill. Unfortunately, that did not happen. What up, Jamie? How you doing, broski? Yeah, ooh, gotta cut out. We definitely don't want to die. Damn, you keep Ace up this late? That's crazy. That's crazy. You better than me, bro. By 9, I want that freedom. Give me that. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, bro. Come here. Oh, I looked away at the chat for a split second and bro just killed me like that. Goes to bed at 10? What's the sleep schedule like? What, 10 to 10? 10 to 9? We be doing 9 to 9, so. Alright. So I decided, I got his uniform leveled up and stuff. Oop. What the hell? I beg your pardon? Ten to 8:30? Name. Right. Is we back? Is we back? I don't know what that was about. Gore is weak for a native tier 3 and his costs. Well, let us find out. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. We've waited for this moment. We thought he would be, or at least I thought he would be tier 4able before we got Kang. Kang set the bar real high. Let's see if he can jump over it. We're not even going to bother doing any testing with him at level 80 or anything like that, realistically. We're just gonna... Should we do level 80? You know what? Whatever. Maybe we'll do some level 80 stuff. But I have an authority on him. Gore's not an ABX character, brother. He's a PvP character. The accumulation isn't gonna make him outscore other characters that are built for that mode. Alright? Whatever. Let's just get this along. Alright, so Life Seed obviously is the way to go. Go ahead and do that. Do that. Do that. That's 1,000 bios. I'm not really sure on bios. What the? Bro, this don't even make sense. 1,000 biometrics or 78 cosmic cube. This just seems wrong. I almost never look over here when it comes to leveling up a character. But this is brain dead, bro. Like, you should definitely not use bios. And this is coming from a person that has... Let me see, how many biometrics do I have, bro? 786,000. So, like, it costs me nothing to use biometrics. But you guys that are short on biometrics all the time should definitely be using CCF, bro. That's crazy. It's less than 10%. Anyways, it feels wrong. I don't know if that's like a bug or what, but like that feels wrong. You probably can't see, but I have 48,000 life seed, so that's kind of why I'm using life seed, as you can see right there. And also life seed you don't need as much of comparatively to the other materials. So go ahead and do that, and then I gotta remember to come over here. 88. Yeah, yeah, don't even bother looking at biometrics for these native guys, bro. They be eating bios. Yeah, they trying to butcher your biometrics. 99, bro. I get crazy. I have no need for CCF these days. Almost 2K now. It's less than 10%. It's so much harder to farm thousands of biometrics as opposed to a couple hundred. Cosmic cube fragments, yeah, it's insane. Alright, so we got him up to level 80. We got 20 Odins on him. No, let me go ahead and pop this. Hold up. Go ahead and pop this. What CTP do you guys think I should try him out with? We're just gonna put him in the null team. Put him in the null team. Treat him the same. It's not limited time. Is the new uniform worth it for Gore? It's the only uniform he has. So yes, if you plan to use him, it's definitely worth getting it if you plan to use him. That again, if you plan to use him. Anyways, all right, cool. So let's go ahead and pull this off, and we're gonna give him one of the brilliants that have max roll. This one has 100% wall. So both of these have the max roll that you can get. So we'll just give him one of these. And since he's only level 80, we're only going to try him with one CTP. And let's just run a couple fights here against whoever is the top guy in timeline right now. Assuming he has a good team. Let's check him out. Let's check him out. Come on. What? Oh, I can't go to people's account from here no more? What the hell? Okay. Maybe I can go to this guy's account. Perfect. Okay, we can go to this guy. Let's see what this guy has going on. Level 200. He has a greed. Okay. Let's see the cards. 9766. Let's see. We got the double HP proc. So he's not too different from my PvP setup, so maybe we'll use this guy for majority of the setting. Alright, because we got double HP, 93 max HP, 54. Yeah, I think this guy would be perfect for us to test against. Because stat-wise, we're pretty similar. Alright, so remember this guy, KC. Remember this day like you bought a poppy. Is there a difference between using Ebony Maw or Colossus? Because If there isn't, then we could just use Colossus instead of using Ma. Right. Also, let me go ahead and take this off Ma while we're at it. So, whatever. Let's just see how this goes. He's tanking, no. He doesn't have the damage, though. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Woo. He did alright, you know. Let's run that back a couple more times. He did alright. He didn't just get his ship pushed in. He did alright. Keep in mind, this is a max roll brilliant conquest, though. So first thing we gotta do is see how he does against the man that he's supposed to replace. One way that we can look at this is, since in TBA, there's almost always a penalty on null. If Gore is close to the same level as null, then you could put him in the team with AV and a support, whereas a lot of the time you can only run null and AV together. Or it would just give you a 4 team. And then you just put like Sleeper and somebody else with Gore, right? Either way, I think he's gonna be in the conversation. It's just a matter of where. He's not terrible. Most characters, even if I gave him this brilliant, they would just get one tapped by null, so he's hanging around pretty well. Like, for contrast, who would you guys say is like a good PvP character that doesn't have immortality? Like, if I put this on Thanos or Adam, they wouldn't, even at tier 4, they would probably just get rinsed, right? So I could just do that same team just to give you guys a little bit of a comparison, right? So let's just do this. All right, I'll put in Adam at tier 4. Okay, and this is the one that we were just using. Yeah. Okay. So let's put it on Adam. And what would be a great team for Adam? That and Colossus. Or would Shuri be better? Let's just try this for a little bit. So that's a tier 4 Adam. He did hang around a lot better than I thought he would. Hey, this is definitely why you want to give Adam a conquest, because he's doing he's doing a lot better than I thought he would. Alright. So yeah, Adam is doing like around the same as Left Lady Gore, maybe a little bit better. And he's tier 4, right? The builds are very, very similar. Otherwise. So just keep that in mind. I'll give this guy back a mighty for now. Where's the mighty that he had? Was it this one? What is this one that he had? I'll just leave him like that for now. Come back to him later. Alright. I do want to see how he does in PvE. I'm just gonna give him a mighty rage. While we're here, we might as well check it. What rotation would we be using? Let's see what they recommend. Do we delay the 4? They're saying slight delay. Let's see it. The delay until the jump, eh? Let me try him on in World Boss. Let's go down to like a 20 something. Actually, got a tier 4 him first, right? I kind of want to see him do something at 80. There's nothing. Unless it's Kang. All these are too low. There's not really much for him to do in PvE because of the tags. Yeah, there's not really much that he can do. Alright, forget it. Forget it. Do I want to try him in ABX ABL? Does anyone care? Alien villain. We have Ares. We have Hades. And if you really wanted to, you could go back to like old TVA Loki. Like, does anyone really care if he's good for that? But then again, people like to use Null. I wonder how this guy does in like timeline. Sorry, zombie survival. We'll see. We'll get back to it. Now I'm just gonna go back to PvP for now. Alright, so we're just gonna pop this tier 4 ticket on him. And I'm gonna save myself the heartache. Because I know with my luck, I'm gonna get rinsed. The average is about 10k tier 4 materials. Anything less than that, you know what I'm saying, you're doing pretty good. I don't want to play with that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do this. And then let's find out how good this guy is and if he was worth it or not. Nah, bro, pulling up for this, the sword? The sword? Yeah, if you get less than 10k, you didn't get robbed. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so let's go ahead and boom, flex on the gang a little bit. And now, we go ahead and we're going to throw him in with Wolverine's striker. You know what I'm saying? Because Wolverine's that guy. And we're going to go ahead and put him in the null team. Couple things that we gotta absolutely do. First and foremost, I want to try him with a few different CTPs. I have an authority here on Thanos. I'm gonna pull it off. Alright, it's not a bad authority. We got 50% on the steel there. Ideally we'd want 60, but we got 50. So we're gonna pull this off. And we're gonna try him with this. And I'm also gonna try him with a greed. Now which one of these two greeds are better? We got 50, 30, 220, and then the one on. You know what? We'll take the one off Sentry. Take one off Sentry. All right, we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna put this on Sentry, just in case somebody hits me in TBA. They're not running into like you know what I'm saying, like a naked Sentry taking advantage of your boy. All right, so what we're gonna do is check him out with 3 different CTPs. Do we want to do an egg too, or are we good with 3? I feel like we're good with 3. This is a 90. It's fine. That's 95. Alright, so we're gonna rock out. Let's find. Okay, hold on. What's in the secret shop? Yikes.com. Cool. Let's punch into this guy. And we want to see. Well, I guess we gotta put a team together, don't we? Silly man. This guy in this like that. Oh. We need Colossus as well, sir. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna do 5 fights with each of these CTPs, starting with the Conquest, and want to see on average how many of these fights he wins or loses, and overall just how well does he do. This is a greed. It's a brilliant greed. He got rinsed. Not what you want to see. This is not what you want to see. I'll be honest with you, it looks like he's lacking damage. His survivability looks good, but because he's not doing enough damage, he lives long enough to ultimately get rinsed by the damage from the burst that Gore has, bro. Sorry, not Gore. No. He keeps getting close and then getting clapped. Yeah, he needs more damage, bro. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, damn, bro. He in 4th place. I think he's in 4th place. I'm gonna have to do some more testing, but it looks like if he can't take out Null, I don't think he's gonna take out the other guys, but we'll see. I think this is a bad thing for them to do. Right? They had the luxury of making him a symbiote, and even then he's still not that strong, bro. Greed might be the way. Damn. This is the fourth fight, right? Is it 4 or 5? I can't remember. Trying to keep track of everything going on. Yeah. He's getting whipped, bro. Just for good measure. But like, you're not doing well at all. The only reason I'm checking multiple CTPs is because not everyone is going to have a conquest, right? I do think defensively conquest is the way, but it looks like defense just has him staying alive long enough to ultimately die because he lacks damage. This might be the only one that he possibly gets a win at. He's just looking close, and then boom. Straight to the cleaners. Alright. Let's go ahead and pull that off. And then we'll throw on the authority. I expect him to be worse. I wish it was a max roll. And the reason why I say I wish it was a max roll is because max roll you get 60%. And the 60 with the 40 from his base damage reduction would give him 100%. So it'll be kind of like he's immortal. You know what I'm saying? But tragic. Maybe I should have Colossus come out second. I don't want to ruin the test, but maybe I should have Colossus. Yeah, he died way faster, eh? Damn. Maybe I should have Colossus come out second so he has his second skill ready. I think he needs more startup time. Okay, hold on. Let me I'm gonna reset the whole thing. And then we're gonna go back to the conquest, okay? Alright, so we're gonna restart this whole testing. And we're gonna have Colossus come out, then AV, and then have him come out last. And see if that makes it so that he has enough startup time. Because I think he needs startup time. Didn't really make a difference. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Authority didn't work. Should we go grab an egg? Let me go grab an egg, brothers. Because this is sad times. You have an egg. 20%. 30. Oh, this is a good egg actually. Let's thing is, I don't think the egg is gonna help him though. I don't think the egg is gonna help him just because I'll swap his with hers. I don't think the egg is gonna help him just because he's defensively. It would be cool if he could stay alive and tank, but it feels like offense is his main problem. So we're just screw it. We're just gonna go with the greed, bro. On the plus side, if he's a greed character, it would actually free up one of my conquests because I was having a struggle, an internal debate about who I'm gonna ultimately not give one of my brilliant conquests to. Oof. Yeah, bro, he disappeared. Bro, he disappeared. He died about as fast as when he had the authority. Yeah, bro, he's getting washed, dog. Nah, Null is better, bro. Null is better. This is the first time he's actually won, bro. Guys, this is the first time he's actually won. A monumentous occasion. I'm not saying he's better than Null, obviously. But this might be the CTP for him. Was it luck? Bro, he still makes me freaking cringe when I see him get hit once and just disappear. Yeah, I think. Yeah, the grid. It looks like he's a greed character, bro. Yeah. But it could just be luck. But even with the other CTPs, he wasn't getting any lucky burp. Nope, there he is again. There it is. No, no, no. It's the greed, bro. Greed is the way, bro. Greed is the way, bro. Yep, yep, yep. I was wondering where my greeds were gonna go. I'm definitely gonna put one on this guy. I'm not saying he's the top guy, but he he definitely looks like he could use it. Yeah, that shit makes me cringe, bro. Now keep in mind, this is a Null that has his elite gear maxed out, right? So I want to say that at first glance here, it looks like his ideal CTP is the greed, right? Definitely not authority. Authority is far down there. I don't think the egg would work either because it looks like he just needs damage. I think they should buff him, but I don't know if they will. What I can say is if not a lot of people adopt him, which we know the top whales are going to adopt him because regardless of whether he's better than Null, Sentry, or Kang, he's still in that top 5 realm somewhere. So the major whales, the major players in PvP, they're going to adopt him. So they're going to see a great adoption of the character. But if not enough people outside of the top PvP players adopt him, they might buff him. Might. So maybe wait a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To tier 4 him. Still think the uniform is worth picking up because this is his one and only uniform. So he is gaining a little bit from it. Not a little bit, a lot from it, like a lot of additional stats. Like if we just took the uniform off and went back to the base, like we're at 108 for attack there, and then with the uniform we're up to 125. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good amount of attack just coming from the uniform. All right. If you don't have Null's elite gear done, it's kind of your problem at that point. Brother, I don't have it done either. I have it at 180. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unlock Gore's elite gear and get it built up a little bit. Let's see if we can. Actually, we won't be able to get far because we don't have that much god stuff, eh? Let's see if we can give him a little bit more in the way of damage reduction and whatnot. And then what I want to do is match him up against my own. No luck, eh? Sad. Do I have any bundles in my thing that has elite gear materials? Ooh, there we go. We had that. I've forgotten about that. And that's emblems. That's not gonna help me. Alright, cool. Like that. We could get him to 180. Ah! Alright, hold on. I'm gonna... Desperate time calls for desperate measures. We're gonna go into Shadow of Lands. And we're just gonna fly through some of these chests and see if we can get his elite gear level up a little bit further. We got 60 there, 65. There we go, another 30 there. Ooh, another 65. Ah, no godstones. Oh, this one looks bad. This okay. Oh, give me that, bro. If y'all not playing Shadowland, what are you doing? That's crazy, bro. Okay, this one looks bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Come on. This one is the worst one so far. Come on, 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 come on. Godstones. Godstones. Oh, this one is terrible. Oh, this one is tragic. Okay, the luck ran out. Okay, let's again, I'm just trying to juice him up so I can have an idea of how he compares to my own null. Granted, I don't have glory Odins on my own on him comparatively. Alright, so this is as far as we're gonna be able to get today. So it's not too bad. I'm not gonna go all in there. So 160. That is what it is. You know, I could swipe my card, but I won't. We'll just leave it like this for now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fight my own null. Alright, so I'm gonna go into timeline here, go to friendlies, and where I'm at, where's my team? I'm gonna fight my own null, which I'm gonna show you guys the build. That's the build. He got, what is it? 7 glory Odins and whatnot. Got Logan there. Brilliant greed, which I should swap over to conquest. What would be nice though is if, what if it's like a design choice where they're like, okay, we have 2 characters that use the Necro Sword. We're gonna make one of them ideal for the CTP of Conquest and the other one ideal for... Bro, what's going on? My null is getting fucked up. What is going on, bro? The other guy's null felt like he was immortal, but my null is just getting crushed. I don't get it, bro. I don't have the answers. Hold up. Okay. Build / account issues. I don't think my null is bad. And word on the Marvel Future Fight Street is for timeline battles specifically, greed is the best CTP for null. But okay, it's starting to level out now. Cause I was like, you know, I wasn't quite sure about what was going on there. But yeah, null is definitely better. Oh, null is better. Okay, now let's go see him against some of the meta guys. There we go. Let's go in here. Not Ebony Ma flexing. Bruh, if Gore dies to Ebony, I'll be so upset. Took a life. He's living. Hey yo! Hey yo! Hold up! Hold up! Hold up! Wait a minute. He did not too bad, right? He took out Sentry. He took out Sentry. I repeat, he took out Sentry. Ooh, ooh. So I think what I want to do is I'm gonna keep fighting this team, but what I want to do is swap between the greed and the conquest and see how he does against this team specifically. Because maybe against Null, he might be better with the greed, but against everybody else, he might be better with the conquest. So I want to see how that play out, right? But I'm going to run a couple more fights here. $95. Okay. 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 Now, I'm sure some of you guys will be like, oh, you're running double support. And they're only running one support. Brothers. He's punching into two, not just two, but the two top characters in the game. Honestly, his team is theoretically a better team, right? So I need to use double support. I'm using one guy to fight three people, bro. So before we do anything else, I just want to verify, where is that guy that we were just fighting? It was this guy, right? But for some reason I can't go to his bloody account, so I can't check to see what his freaking character stats are. Alright, and the name that shows up isn't even the name that we get when we fight him. Alright. It's so weird, bro. Okay, hold on. Let's go against this guy. Cause I want to be able to see people's stats. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta verify, bro. Alright, it's 100% on the wall. Alright, and then let's see the stat line. For PvP, 9046 double HP proc. His all attack is kind of low though, but we'll see. Not bad, Mr. Gore. Not bad at all. This 100%. Hey, yo, don't sell him short now. Don't sell him short now. Okay? That's 100% on the wall, brothers. Double support for both sides. Okay. That ain't too bad. Okay, we lost the life there. Let's see how he does. Got him. Coming close, coming close, coming close. Not quite. Let's run it back again one more time. One. Whoop, whoop. That's two. Jeff gone. And the great Colossi goes bye-bye. Okay, cool. Now let's do a little quick switcheroo and see if the performance dips. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give him a brilliant conquest with a 100% wall in place of that greed. Same team. Let's see if it's the same story. Because we know with the greed, while he doesn't become better than Null, he has a fighting, not even, I wouldn't say a fighting chance. He has like a, from what I saw, like a 10-15% chance of winning against his daddy. That's one. It's getting kind of close to dying now. Nah, that's not what you want to see. That's not what you want to see. You when you give him the strongest defensive CTP in the game, you don't want to see him struggling to stay alive. Greed might be the way, boys. Remember the old motto. The best defense is a great offense. That might be the way. We'll see. Okay. He got options, but from where I'm looking at it, there's so many characters that absolutely need the conquest to rest where they rest. The fact that the results that I'm seeing right now is looking very similar, I would say you give him a greed. Ultimately, there aren't that many characters that can really do well with the greed these days where the meta is at. So I kind of want to say, yeah, you give him the greed, bro. Let him rock. You know? Keep in mind that the team we're using, we're leaning heavily on AV. And he doesn't feel much tankier. Because not only do we have AV's uniform, I also have a 6-star artifact for AV. Yeah. So let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. Boom, let's go. So AV, not only do we have the uniform for all that it provides, which is amazing, we also have a 6-star artifact, right? Which most people won't have. The uniform itself is easy enough to pick up, but the artifact, know what I'm saying? Luck, grind, dollars, lots of things that have to line up. So I think ultimately what I'm seeing right now is greed might be the way, which is really good for the simple fact that previously this guy and this guy were really good with greed, and even this guy. But then the meta shifted so much so that for them to dominate, they need conquest. So to get a character that, while he doesn't stand at pinnacle, you know, he's not Escanor or some shit, but can do well with the greed, that's not too bad. Now I do kind of want to see him against. I want to see a full Kang team, but many people don't use Kang and double support. You know what I'm saying? I want to see like Kang double support. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Speak of the devil. I kind of want to check his build. What was that guy? 16? Check his build first. I don't want to waste my time fighting somebody if their build is bad. So 103 HP, 80 defense. Oh yeah, this is very, very good. This is good. This will give us a lot of information. Okay, that's a max wall, max elite gear. Keep in mind, all these guys that I'm fighting, their elite gear is maxed out, and they're pretty good. Okay, so let's see. Shit, it's this guy, right? Yeah, cool. Just want to see like 3 fights here. See how it goes. Oof. Ah. Got real dirty there, bub. They traded 1 for 1. Ultimately, let's see who's the decider. That's Kang, baby. Kang banging. Kang bang langin'. Did okay against Sentry. Kang though. Kang though, different animal, eh? Different animal. Mm. Well, you got one there. Not Ebony coming through. Not Ebony about to be the decider. Bro, what's happening? What? I'm done. What was that, bro? What was that? I need answers, bro. What the hell was that? Everybody's like, there can only be one. Okay, there can only be one. The general's hand. Bro, he got bag touched, bro. Like, bro was like running around super confused. His second skill and his iframe ignore was wide open. Ma locked in and gave him that bad touch, that dark touch that we don't even want to talk about around these parts. That's crazy. Actually crazy what happened there, bro. I guess that's why people put Ebony Maw on the team. Insane, bro. Still trying to figure out what the hell just happened there, bro. Kinda want to try him. in PvE. Jeez. So yeah, he got a couple good kills against Sentry with Greed. He got a couple lucky shots in on Null. Kang had his number though. So I think, unfortunately, I thought he would push Null down to Fort. I think he's gonna sit in Fort. Tragic, right? Now, a lot of that comes from this guy also leans on this guy, but this guy has access to this team up collection, whereas certain someone, i.e. this guy, does not have a team up collection to lean on. You know what I'm saying? Most of these whales have this collection already maxed out, which will give you an extra 5% pierce on top. 10 in total. Alright? So getting 40% all attack plus 10% additional pierce over this guy, that's a big difference, right? Because this guy's gonna have 30 and this guy's gonna have what, freaking 40? Yeah. Can he kill Maddie? Theoretically, he should be able to. You know what I'm saying? Now, after what I just saw, bro, I'm gonna take this 90 off you, dog, and I'm gonna give you a big 100 still. Where's that 100? You can rest with that 100. Appreciate you, Defy G. Do I have another 100? This one right here, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, I think greed is the way. And I think I'll take this greed off this guy. Yeah, I think I'll give... Let's do a little comparison, yeah? So, alright. I'm very curious as to how much better this guy becomes with a max roll conquest versus a greed for timeline battle. So I'm actually gonna test that right now, because one of the reasons why I spent a bit more than I would have for the anniversary was just to get a bunch of conquests. So, and they're saying it's for manual play, right? This guy, if I'm not mistaken, he has, let me see, he has a greed, right? Max roll, brilliant greed, 200% or 200 on that. Cool. So I want to test something for any of you guys who are in a similar situation where you're currently running this guy with a greed and you're wondering how much better does he get if you give him a conquest. I'm gonna give him this bad boy and let's see how he does. Now mine a little bit weaker than that, guys, because I don't have the last 20 on the elite gear, but I do have the 6-star artifact. It's not rolled perfectly, but let me see how this goes. Can he tank? Nah, dog. He's still just getting this shit pushed in. Confused. Confused. Everybody been telling me, bro, you need to give Null max roll CTP of Conquest, dog. He's so much better with it. Weirdo. I'm so confused. I'm so confused, bro. Like, I bought into that. I bought into that, bro. I was like, it must be the reason why I'm losing. But, like, I'm not seeing it. Oh, we got a kill there. I thought the age of greed was done, bro. They said timeline battle greed is only if you play manually. It's not just timeline battle greed. It's specific if you play manually. So keep that in mind. But what I'm seeing here is both of them running on auto, and the greed is coming out on top. Now, maybe it's just my build. Maybe I'm just bad at the game. We're gonna find out because I'm gonna fight myself right after this. I'm gonna fight myself. Actually, I think this guy, he's using a full team right now. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's using a greed. See, this guy's a mega whale. Look at this freaking guy, bro. Disgusting individual. He has no shame, bro. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I can say that because I know this guy. And he's a whale. Dirty whale, brother. I'll be back to him. So when I set my team up, my null had agreed on, so now we're gonna fight him with a conquest and see what happens. Alright, so it should be, yeah, as you can see right there. So both of them have pretty much identical stats. The only difference is the CTP. Alright. The only difference is the CTP. Nah, man. It ain't it, dog. This ain't it, dog. I've been lied to, bamboozled, hoodwinked. This is the max roll, bro. And he's just getting pounded. And the only difference, again, the only difference is the CTP. Same character, same account. And this is why I like to do this. To fight against myself. Because there's variables on other people's accounts. Buffs that you can't see. There's nothing different about these two characters but the CTPs. Here we go. Right. Now, what happens if I punch greed into greed? Does the success rate increase? Or does it stay the same? Because he lost every single fight just now. Right? AI just got that supercharged buff, bro. I don't got the answers, Sway. I don't got the answers, man. What the hell's going on? It's just whoever gets their second skill first. I'm not seeing a difference, bro. I'm not seeing a difference. Okay, I just noticed something. Why is my base HP higher when I'm attacking myself? Shouldn't they both have the same HP? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Y'all seen that? It's the same character. Look at my HP. Mine now that I'm attacking into starts off with 526,000, whereas the one that I'm using right now only has 490. There's a 30k difference. But it's the same character. I didn't change anything in my account. Now, there's some hidden buffs. Okay, so this kind of messes up the whole thing. Because it seems like the character that's on defense is getting a bunch of hidden buffs. You know what I'm saying? But even still, I didn't see a difference. Even still, even if that's the case, I didn't see a difference between the greed and the conquest. I didn't. Right? Let's go back against this guy now that we have the greed. But I'm not seeing a difference. So to all the people saying, bro, it's because you're using a greed and not a conquest. I'm not seeing a difference, bro. For TBA, maybe there's a difference. And I guess since I take TBA a lot more seriously than freaking timeline battle, then fine. Yeah. So the only difference I noticed is that with the greed on, sometimes we get the zero, the other, the other no. We kind of ultimately we still end up losing, but yeah. So now I'm kind of questioning like what. And the bad part about TBA is we can't fight the same person over and over and over again, because and because of that, there's going to be too many variables to get an accurate reading on what's going on because people's accounts are so different, right? It's kind of why I like timeline, because one, I can fight myself to eliminate some of the variables, and then I can fight the same person over and over again and see on a balance of probability what the results are, you know? But I don't know. Right now, I don't have the answers. Like, people are saying, like, Conquest is the way. And if you look at some of the top PvP players, they ultimately chose to go with Greed for timeline. And, okay. But then a lot of them also choose to go with Conquest for all PvP modes. So I'm just kind of like, Maybe I'll just... What is this? This is at 90. Wolverine is pretty valuable to me for TBA, so I'll upgrade into a 95. Do I have a 95? Yeah, I have a 95 here. Very consistent. He deserves that 95. All these 90s. Maddie can hold a 90. Give her a 90 with the max top roll. Be nice like that. Give Thanos back his authority. He can hold that. Old man. Can we see the CTP exchange ticket? Yeah, you can. You just click on it, and yeah. You can choose what CTP you get. Basically, you click on it, you click the CTP you want, then you click exchange, and then he gives you the CTP. You gotta pick what CTP you want to give up, though. So, I'll go to my inventory and I'll show you. So, boom, 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 boom. Go here. Where's this stupid ticket? So, it's this thing right here. You click use, then you click one of the CTPs that you have. You click next, and then you pick the CTP. Why is he playing Time Battle without God Butcher? Who cares about your null team? We just had a new update. Who cares what you think? Like, what? Like, what's wrong with this guy, bro? This guy's acting like I wasn't here playing with Gore for like a full hour. He pops in at the end of the stream and then he's... What's your problem, bro? Like, go back an hour in the stream and then you can see me playing with Gore. Like, this... Alright, bro. Anyways, I'm not even gonna bother with it, bro. I'm not gonna get triggered, bro. I'm not. You're gonna ask. Well, asking is one thing, but then just showing up, and then assuming that I didn't do any testing with Gore, and then making some freaking crazy statement like that is insane, bro. You can literally go back to the first hour and see me running multiple different scenarios with him, bro. Anyways. Do you think Kang is better than Sentry? Honestly? It's... I kind of want to say Sentry is better, but it might be biased. And it might just be because we have Jeff, which is a little bit better than the supports that Kang has. You know? Like if we had a villain equivalent, like a villain equivalent to Jeff, then I would have a better answer. But I kind of want to lean more into like Sentry. Also, I kind of want to check this guy in some PvE content. Maybe I'll do it with the Greed. is 3, 4, 5 would be his rotation, and then probably proc finishing on 2 if the rage isn't. Why is your defense kind of low on Gore cards? I don't think it's that low. Is it? Oh yeah, it's like 4K different from Sentry. 4K different than... Oh yeah, it's a little bit lower than everybody else. Why is that? Like, the other guys have at least one stat line in the 40s. For me, anyways. My cards don't have the highest defense, I will admit that. I am at 54. Most of the big whales, they have like 70, 80% defense. So I'm off by like 25%. You know? My HP could be higher as well. I'm missing like what? 12% HP? But here's the thing. Even if I had the extra 25% defense, it would make these guys' defense go up too. So Gore is still technically lagging behind them defensively. But defense doesn't seem to be his main issue. Honestly. It seems to be like he just needs to kill faster. Which is strange because he has accumulation. Oh, you know what? No, the accumulation is on his third. Yeah, I think what probably would have been a better decision would be to put the accumulation on the second as well. Right? Because... Nah, but he doesn't even have the accumulation on his second. Frenzy buff. Okay, I'm seeing something here. So he has a frenzy buff to juice him. He has 20% ignore defense. Sorry, not ignore defense. Ignore damage reduction. But for Sentry's just that guy. Realistically, he's just that guy. He doesn't care about any of it. And he still slaps. Oh shit, you know what? This is probably the reason why he's able to live long enough to kill Sentry. So when I was testing him, right? If you notice, he struggled mightily against Null and Kang. Whereas he was able to live long enough even with the greed to get some kills off against Sentry. And it might just come down to the fact that Sentry's second skill doesn't hit as hard as the rest of them. But does he have it on his uniform? Nah, he has it here. No, then I don't have the answer, bro. I don't know. I don't know how he's able to. He's able to freaking win against Sentry. Oh, he only got 10. Yeah, they really fucked with him, man. They really kind of disrespected him, you know. They really disrespected him. They gave him 10%. They really disrespected, bro. If he has 22, I forgot. This is some bullshit, dog. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. This is bullshit. Hold on. I ain't realized this till now, bro. This is bullshit. I didn't take a drink because I'm getting mad. I didn't even realize that. Like in the past notes, I said he shouldn't have had 10. He should have gave him more. But I'm gonna take a drink so I don't freaking yell, bro. I'm mad. So initially, I wasn't mad that Gore ultimately landed in the fourth spot comparatively to the top guys. But upon further analysis, look at the uniform bonus on freaking Kang, bro. 25% chain hit damage, 50% all defense, 20% ignore damage reduction. We compare that. This is what we got in January. And then this is what we're getting in May. Come on. 10% chain hit? 10%. Come on, bro. Come on. Tier 3 natives. RNG dependent. The cost is the same to upgrade the characters. The cost is the same for the uniform. Kinda mad. I'm kinda mad. I'm not even gonna lie. Ultimately, he's in the top 5 conversation, right? Like, but I'm kind of annoyed. Everybody else got a better uniform bonus than him, bro. 20% ignore damage reduction for Sentry. Skill damage bonus damage because he didn't have it before. 5% pierce. Okay. Right? Everybody got a freaking better uniform bonus than the guy, bro. Okay, maybe his is not that great. But that's because he has the 20% ignore damage decrease on his freaking second skill. Where it matters. Now, here's the thing. This guy has a big advantage over Gore because, yes, he also leans on AV for the uniform bonus and the bloody artifact. But on top of that, he has a freaking team up collection, which most of the top whales have completed already. So that's 40%, and I'm repeating myself here, that's 40% extra attack and 5%, actually in this case, 10% more pierce than Gore has, right? Just coming from the uniform bonus. So if you punch into Null and lose, just understand that there is a lot that Null has that Gore doesn't have. They shortchanged him on the uniform bonus, and he doesn't have a team up collection. Kind of annoyed on that. Again, still top 5 in my opinion. I still think he's gonna be better than Adam, better than Maddie. Wolverine, we're gonna have to do some more testing to see. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think he in that top 5 conversation. Somewhere in and around there. But the top 3, from what I'm seeing, he struggles mightily against Kang. He struggles mightily against his daddy. He has a chance to take out, from what I saw, with greed, he has a chance to take out Sentry. Kind of annoyed, bro. Kind of annoyed. Initially, I wasn't annoyed, but after just looking at the buffs and seeing where, because he doesn't have those buffs, that's kind of why he landed where. Like, if they gave him those buffs and he was still there, okay. Not everybody can be number 1, you know? But seems deliberate. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Ah, boy. I remember around this time last year, people were saying the new Century uniform isn't that much better than the old one, but since the 10th anniversary, I haven't seen a single. Yeah, yeah. The difference is, though, that's comparing two uniforms to each other. This is comparing Gore to everybody else. That's a big difference. That's a big difference, brother. Comparing a a single character and their uniforms to each other and then comparing them to everybody else, it's not the same. Gore with refinement. What he lacks isn't necessarily survivability. Sure, adding more survivability to him would be nice. I tried him with conquest, authority, and greed so far. Now we just gotta see who needs AV more. The one that performed the best was the greed. Mine is not a max build. Like elite gear is 160. So use use that information as you will. I think tomorrow I'm gonna tier 4 Odin. And then say my farewells to Zeus. Sad times. One more brilliant conquest. I already have one on Kang and Sentry. Should I give it to Gore or no? What do you have on them boys? I kind of want to say give it to Wolverine, bro. Because Wolverine is a great counter to Sentry. A very consistent TBA counter to Sentry. Whereas them two boys, I don't know how consistently they're going to be able to counter Sentry. Zeus already replaced twice. Oh yeah. Zeus is gone, brother. Zeus is gone. Zaddy Odin is here. I didn't think they were going to keep him as a lightning damage character. So it looks like the future of him is just better Thor, which I kind of don't like. I have him with the Judgment right now, so I might just. Should we do some funky Odin stuff, bro? Should we get funky with Odin, bro? Is his beard funky? Oh man, what can we do? So he got command, right? I haven't played this boss fight in so long, bro. Is this even actually? Odin is cracked in dispatch? I did use him on one fight. So the dope thing about Odin is that you literally cancel everything into his 4. He's super easy to play. Almost as easy as Mephisto. So we just basically do this. And then just let the 4 play out. and then you just basically cancel the 2 into the 1, and just you're ready to go again. Even the even the tier 3, pretty much just cancel that too. Come near. The bad thing about Zeus now is he's okay. There's a range issue on the 3, so you gotta make sure that you're close. But yeah. The bad thing about Zeus is he has almost no PvP value. Whereas in the case of Odin, Odin has debuff removal as a leadership. So you can fall back on him for a little bit of AC stuff. And because so many of his skills are like insta cancel, not like, are insta cancel. Okay. What's bro doing, bro? I'm not trying to actually go collect those lights. I'm gonna just keep attacking you until you die, bro. Well, not lights, but like I'm not stepping in that thing, bro. I'm gonna keep attacking you until you die. So, anyways, as I was saying, they completely dunked on Zeus, bro. We waited, what, 10 plus years for him to get added to the game. He came in the form of an epic quest. Hercules sucked. We stomached it. We bought Hades. Hades got replaced by Kid Loki. Well, not Hades. Zeus got replaced by Kid Loki, but also Hades is only a little bit better than TVA Loki. You know what I'm saying? And now we got Odin, who is better than Zeus for World Boss, and also better than Loki for freaking ABX ABO. It's crazy. It's crazy what they did. I ain't really mad at it. And a lot of y'all, if you don't have Zeus, shouldn't be mad at it either. Because, one, Odin is cheaper, right? Big thing. You have to build multiple characters and complete a whole ass epic quest to get access to freaking Zeus. Okay? Whereas Odin, 1,000 crystals from the shop to buy him. Alright? So, he's on sale right now and you want to get him. I can't show you him because he's not in here for me. Maybe you want to get him because he replaces so many different characters and he's kind of versatile because of the fact that he has debuff removal on his leadership. You know, so that's kind of good. I was going to wait until Black Friday 2026 to tier 4 him, but I think I'll do it just for the content. And I think I'll take everything that I have on Zeus and then give it to Odin, because the only thing that this guy has going for him, unfortunately, is that he's kind of fun to play and has iframe ignore on his 4 skill. So he does have a tiny bit of AC value. Besides that, it's just Shadowland, you know. And word on the streets is this old geezer is actually a good farmer. I did use him on one stage in the new dispatch sector, but I was using him alongside Thor and Storm, and those guys are really good farmers, so couldn't really see what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Lightning all over the place. Alright. Anyways, let me check this guy out a little bit more at level 80 here. It's not really anything over here, right, that he can do. There's nothing at all. So 54. What I am gonna say is, if you plan to build or buy Odin, make sure you actually tier 4 him, because there's not really much you're gonna gain out of just having him at level 80, right? But if you don't plan to tier 4 him, maybe don't build him, don't buy him. Curious to see how he does on this stage here though, because Kang is not a pushover. The first half of the fight is interesting, but it really gets difficult at the end, so I usually don't take the first half too seriously. Ooh. So what is this co-op? Save it and find out later. But yeah, they really dunked on the Olympians, bro. And the crazy part is people are excited for a new epic quest, which should be coming later this year. I'm gonna say buyer beware going into that epic quest. Y'all already know, if you've been following me, you know how I feel about epic quests. I like the fact that we get multiple characters at the same time. It's one of the only times that we get 5-6 characters added to the game, because it's usually just like a slow feed these days because we have so many characters already. Alright, so I'm happy to get multiple characters added at once, but it's just a giant checklist of, oh, burn a bunch of energy here, collect this resource. You know, it's boring to me. And then the worst part is when you spend all that crystal to get a character for an epic quest to unlock a big guy at the end like Zeus or whatever, and then they ultimately get replaced a month or two later. It's a sour taste in your mouth, right? So going into that epic quest, I kind of want to tell all of you guys who are free to play or low spenders, maybe give the epic quest a month or two after it gets released, you know, to see if it actually pans out and if the characters remain meta for. But then again, you could wait 2 months and then ultimately pick up the character, and the next month they get replaced. So there's really no way of knowing, right? It's just up to what the devs want to do. But it is kind of shitty, you know? Because even if you wait, you could have waited, and that period that you waited was the period where they're relevant, and as soon as you buy them, then they're out of the meta, alright? Because if you think about it, you could have waited for the Olympians to buy them during this anniversary, and just like that, they're all gone. None of them are relevant now, because Odin appeared. You see what I'm saying? So it's no, there's no safe period anymore, bro. No matter how expensive the characters are. So pretty much just play for fun, okay? if the character is gonna give you some enjoyment, if they're your favorite character and you know you won't regret them later on, then you buy and build them. Otherwise, tread cautiously. You know, tread cautiously. Let me see if he can do this without the tier 4. Unless they're like an OP support, like obviously Valkyrie and others. I'm just thinking about where we go from here, you know, like another epic quest coming. I think you should start with your 3 for Odin, just so you're close enough to the boss that you don't get trapped in your other skills. So it's 3, 2, 5, 3, 1, 2, 5, 4, something like that. Just open everything, end on the 4. By the way, this is a judgment. You're doing really good with it. And these days Judgment's pretty much just a throwaway CTP. So I had a little bit of a window to attack there. I didn't realize. I thought she was gonna spawn those faster. Oof. Come on. That was silly of me. Gonna jump. Yeah. Then dash. $13. Ah. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this can be way faster. He's really good. He's really, really strong. It's unfortunate because the invincibility triggered right there. And we lost a bunch of damage, but it's cool. Curious to see how he does compared to Thor, so I think I'll run this again using my tier 4 Thor. I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of throw out some damage right quick. And his movement speed is pretty good. One of the dope things about him too is he sits in his iframe on the 4 when he's attacking, which you would think would hurt him for like ABX and stuff, but because he has so many other attacks going at the same time, I don't think that's going to be a problem for him. Let me just see how Thor does. Same team, and Thor is one of my strongest favorite tier 4s to play. This build is also better. Not just the tier 4, but he has 20 Odins and stuff. You got them Odins on him. I wonder if that's why they gave away Thor for free, because they knew they were going to release a better lightning damage character. His daddy. They're like, you guys can all have tier 4 Thor and his best uniform just in time for his daddy. Yeah, get out of there. Do your dash. It's not going to be that big of a difference between the two. I'm definitely going to come back to this comparison once I get my guy Odin up to tier 4. Nice. I definitely could have made the Odin run better, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think Odin's actually really, really good. And I've put off tier 4ing him for a very long time, so the fact that he's really good now, even paying full cost, yeah, I'll probably tier 4 him, you know. Anyways, y'all let me know what you think though. Not trying to convince anybody to do anything they don't want to do. But yeah, this is the build on Thor and stuff. I don't think I have an artifact for this guy either. So probably should pick up an artifact from. Do I have a selector somewhere? I don't know. So if the mid-month is Black Cat and White Fox, then why didn't they give the uniform collection? I don't have all the answers, man. Some of them sometimes, but not all of them all the time. Alright, ladies and gents, we're going to wrap up right here, man. Thank you guys so much for popping into the stream. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Hit the like or the dislike. And probably catch you guys in a couple hours. I might pop in for a morning stream, depending on my energy level and how I feel, and if the kids got me busy. Appreciate you guys, though. Take care. Who should I put my Brilliant Conquest on? Kang, Sentry, or Gore? Definitely Kang. If you don't like Kang, go with Sentry. I personally, from what I saw in the live stream, believe that Greed might be the way to go with him. But it might also depend on how much HP and defense and stuff you have on your account, right? But, yeah. And also, I was testing the max roll on a Conquest versus not even the max roll on the Greed, right? Because the max roll on this, let me show you, is 70-30. We had 50-30. And the max roll at the bottom, it's 240, right? Actually, no, it's 220. Okay. So, it's a good roll, but it's not the best roll. Thought it was 240. Which one is it 240? Oh, is it Destruction and Energy that roll at 240? I think so. I think them things here roll at 240, right? Yeah, 240. That's what I was getting mixed up with. And I also think this one was at 240 too. Yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Stay safe. Thanks for the support.